Instead, they're going to move it up, and here comes the Huck now. Bobby Roos from Allentown, Pennsylvania, out in front of it, trying to get position. Roos comes down with the disc.
Did an admirable job just getting his body in front there.
There's another outside in, aiming for the end zone, and a beautiful throw from Salmi. And they are one throw away now. Up over the top, again looking in, having to do a little bit more than he maybe should have. Offensively, just continue to work it up, and here they are again. Salmi getting it up over McCutcheon. Take a 3-goal lead. Esser throwing a difficult throw up over the top to Martin. Martin had positioning, and it was a play on the disc.
That's actually a disadvantage.
But still, off the first cut and the goal on the far sideline, that's the man Sickles is going to aim for. So going down this near sideline and finding a way into the end zone, towing the line and staying in bounds. It left the hands of Mark Flores. Johnson might be able to get there in time, and he does.
Oh, my. Johnson came in there so fast.
Didn't look like Johnson had much of a play on it, and you just see in full stride Delrico Johnson into the end zone and bring themselves back within one. Here's another Huck. Meta's the one who looks to be racing out, and another with the fingertip catch.
We've got to get back on
so
it.
O'Connor takes a deep look to Martin, and Martin able to get the sky and an easy score to Esser for the Spinners. So the Spinners do find the answer, 7-5.
The angle to counteract that from here.
Here's Pack Hammer up over the top to Martin.
From him.
They're going to do a cross-field Huck. 2 Spinners players there with 1 current player. The current player was the one with positioning on the near sideline. The Huck then to Glazer, and Glazer's got a good 3 or 4 yards in front of his defender. Feels like championship or bust as Delrico Johnson is healthy and back in the end zone. That's a good sign for the DC Current into their end zone. Difficult throw. It looks like Johnson's the one there, but instead it was Salmi with the left hand. They do find the power position, and Blake wanted the Huck, but instead they'll just work the 1-2, the open man, as Blake just about 10 yards, 15 yards away from the end zone.
Sometimes you only need 2 players to walk it up the field.
And there is Blake, and the 2 players there, the number 14 and the number 15. Flores had it partially tipped, and Johnson able to come up with the disc. A layout offensive catch from Delrico Johnson. Not allow another score. Glazer throwing it up. The man down is
oh my, that was a fantastic
Greg Martin
catch.
up over 2 DC Current players as the third quarter comes to an end. 17-13, the Spinners take momentum right back from the DC Current.
That was just the sort of play that the Current needed to stop. They needed to have someone go up early and someone be on the backup here. Instead, what we've got is Martin choosing his time to go up before Antoine Davis even has a chance to go up.
Spinners right back on the doorstep of the end line, and Glazer, 2 hands, Dusty. Those are not the kind of things that you practice. Well, let's say in practice, or maybe practice at all, as Blake, a long 40-yard throw that just, again, kind of stayed up in the air. And
response to it.
Blake, isolation with Johnson, and that's about as good as goal.
Front.
And indeed, that's what it is to Antoine Davis. And Antoine Davis comes in with the score. Make that Gibson, excuse me, trailing by a step or 2.
Nice block there from Davis.
And Jackson, he's got position on here and net, but he might be out of the back of the end zone. They say it's a goal. Away, looks off Chow, now looks off Esser. And finding the D in the middle, be patient with it. They get it right back to Blake for the dump. Now the hammer up over the top to Norbum. That's a better communication between Blake and Norbum. Here's Martin again. He's had a few skies in this game. That's another one added to the repertoire. And Meta over to Glazer. Glazer going for the 6 feet, just watching the disc into his hand with 12 seconds remaining.